YouTube and welcome to my channel, Home Sweet Home Handmade. I'm Natalie and this is episode 63 and it's Sunday the 21st of July 2024. So it's been a few weeks since I was last with you. I did film a couple of weeks ago, but I couldn't use any of the footage. I've got my new tripod. I'm sat in a slightly different position so you get to see all the goodies behind me. But I'd put my iPad that I film on into the tripod wrong, so the audio was terrible. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it will be a lot better today. So today I'm going to show you works in progress whips. I'm also going to show you my Christmas in July new starts. I've got a bit of book talk that I've got here. Secret Squirrel is back, and cross-stitched crockery is back. Excuse me. So if you haven't already done so, grab yourself a cuppa and you're stitching and settle in, because it might be a long one today, because I've got quite a lot to tell you. So I need to change up my little corner cupboard a bit. I've still got my little Easter cushion out, but I've got the summer lemon, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 summer lemon on there. So, since I last saw you, we went on our little mini break to Whitby on the North Yorkshire coast, and we stayed in the White Horse and Griffin pub, which is next to Whitby Bookshop, and it's a really old pub built in 1681. And I put a little bit of footage in here of our room, which was lovely. It was all oldie worldy with original features, and we had a little separate sitting room as well. And really handy being so close to Whitby Bookshop, but very tempting as well. So while I was there, I did go to the bookshop, and I will show you what I bought just quickly. So I got this one, Faith Hogan, The Bookshop Ladies. I just love that cover. So a perfect cozy summer read. So I'll just read you a little bit of what it says. Joy Blackwood has no idea why her French art dealer husband has left a valuable painting to a woman called Robin in 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿, a small town on the west coast of Ireland, but she is determined to find out. She arrives in 𝐥𝐤𝐿 to find that Robin runs a rather chaotic and unprofitable bookshop. She's shy and suffering from unrequited love for dashing 𝐿𝐤𝐤, and badly in need of advice on how to make the bookshop successful. As Joy becomes entangled in the daily dramas of 𝐥𝐤𝐤, covering the secrets behind her husband's painting, when she finally musters up the courage to confront the truth, her revelations send shock waves through the tight-knit community she has grown to love. So I thought that would be a really nice summer read. And talking about summer, we seem to have had a really wet spring and then into summer, and the last week it has been absolutely boiling. I was working in Norwich on Friday and it was 33 degrees, which we're not really used to heat like that in this country, and yeah, it was not pleasant working. So the other two I got the Burial Plot from Elizabeth McNeil. Now, she is the author that wrote The Doll Factory, and she writes a Victorian Gothic, quite dark. I won't read you what it says, but it's set in London, 1839. and it's just a stunning book. The end papers are beautiful. So if you like a dark gothic Victorian novel, I'm sure you'd love this. And I picked up the bookmark as well. So the links to these books will be in my description box below, and there'll be an affiliate link to Blackwell's, which is in Oxford, and you have free shipping. So, and then the other one I picked up is from Helen Simonson, the Hazelbourne Ladies Motorcycle and Flying Club. And this looks like it will be brilliant. It's from the author who did Major Pettigrew's Last Stand. So I'll just read you a little bit of this because I think you'd quite like this. It's the summer of 1919, and following the end of the First World War, Constance Haverhill is without prospects when she looks for a position as a bookkeeper or, in brackets, horror, a governess. She's reluctantly sent as a lady's companion to an old family friend convalescing at a seaside hotel. Swept up in the social whirl of Hazelbourne-on-Sea and its colourful inhabitants, Constance meets Poppy Wirral, the local baronet's daughter, who operates a taxi and delivery service to employ local women and runs a ladies' motorcycle club. And then there is Harris, Poppy's handsome brother, a fighter pilot recently wounded in battle, who warms in Constance's presence. But things are more complicated as they seem in this sunny pocket of English high society. That looks so fun. So as I say, there'll be a link to those books down below. No extra cost to you, just but a small tiny commission to me if you decide to choose any of those. As I say, that will be a link in my description box below, where there'll be all clickable links to shops and Flosstubers I mentioned, so you'll find that in the drop down box below. Just going to grab another drink before we get on to the important subject of stitching. We have got Percy and Simon. They've gone very quiet, which means they're probably asleep because they have been roaming around and play fighting this morning. Right, before I start, I am just going to grab something that I've forgotten to get. So one moment, I'm back, and this is Simon. Hasn't he grown? Yeah. And if I can grab Percy at one point, that'll do. I'll pick him up. He has got amazing foot fluff. Look at that. Oh, he's down. Right, the thing that I forgot to pick up was I did a giveaway on my last episode for this little cute chart. So I did the random comment picker before I started, and it was Heather Anderson, 5668, I think that was it. So I will pop that in the post to you, Heather, if you send me an email with your address. And my email is homesweethomehandmade@yahoo.com, but that is in the description box as well. Right, let's start with the stitching. It's quite a bit. So, and if I have shown you any of these before, I apologise if I'm repeating myself, because I did film that hour-long episode, so yeah, we'll just crack on. So the first one is in this very sweet little project bag. I did try and film this with my fan going, but I thought you might not appreciate that noise. So, no, we're not going to start with this one because that's Christmas in July. Oh, I'll get myself organised. So, this one you've never seen before. It was one of my 5 for 50, and it's in this Laurie Holt pumpkin plaid bag, and it is Rosewood Manor Autumn Quakers. I think that's beautiful. And I'm stitching this with the Valdani threads, which I have put in floss away bags. And they are beautiful to stitch with. Oh, it's quite hot today. Ooh. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 16 count Aida Waxing Moon dyed effect from Fabric Flare, and I've managed to get right across, that's it, the top. So that's how wide it is going to be. And I just love this. They are really lovely to stitch with. So I want to get back to that. I'll have to put everything away in the bags because it will end up an almighty mess, but trying to keep some resemblance of order. Well, not really. Right, the other one is my stitch along that I'm doing with Donna Ray and Amy. And this is in my Made by Rachel bag that you've seen hundreds of times. So we are stitching the Plum Street Samplers Float, the butterfly piece, and Heartstring Samplery Sting Like a Bee, and we're putting them on one piece of fabric. And there is my progress. Slow but steady. But I love the colours. So as I say, both patterns will go on one piece of fabric. Which is a 14 count Aida from Pole Stitches. And in my haul section, I will show you what we are going to stitch next, because I am going over to the States with my hubby in the end of October. And so Amy and Donna Ray and I have decided on our next stitch along, and you're happy to join us. This is the one that I thought I'd picked up first in this lovely patchwork paw print bag, and I pulled out a whip that I started last year, and it is Summer Cats by 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞. So I'm intending to stitch all 4 of these. and make them into little hanging ornaments for my summer tree. I've got a little white twig tree. At the moment still got spring ornaments on it. But I'm determined to stitch up some summer ones. So I've done the one with the seagull. I think it's better that way, that's it. And I have started on the one with the ice cream, that one. There we go. And I'm just using threads from Stash. And this is on a piece of Stash Ada. I think it is 14 count rustico by the looks of it. So that's quite fun to stitch on. What should I show you next? This one, another cat one, and I have got a before photo of this one. So I'm keeping this in this, like seaside themed, and it's a Pauline Sobe bags, and this is my Heritage Crafts black and white cats. As I say, I have got before photos, so I'll pop it in here. So I'm using the kit fabric and the kit threads, and I managed to get to the other side. So that is how wide the piece is going to be. So I do really enjoy stitching on this when I want a bit of mindless block stitching on an evening. So I need to pull this out because I would like, I'm not going to say I would like to have it finished by the end of the year, because I always say these things and never achieve them, and I've decided that I'm taking the stress out of my cross stitching and not being too hard on myself, because it is my hobby and I should enjoy it. So this will get finished when it gets finished, but I would like to see a bit more progress by the end of the year. We'll say that. We'll see if we can get Percy on the video, because he's just come out of his little house. Percy! Percy, come on. Come here. No, he's just looking at me. If he comes along, I'll stop the video and then I'll show you him. So this is a free chart from Whilst Iris Naps, and I've shown you this one before. I thought I'd pull it out and put some more stitching in it. So it is Myra Dunn 1922. So I am doing this for my nan, a memorial piece for my nan. So I will put in Doris Lingard 1920. And I'll pop a photo in here of my nan in her Land Army uniform. And this is why I've chosen to use this Threadworks green thread. It's got a slight variegation to it, but not too much. Oh, I've got Flosstube itchy nose. So it's Threadworks. What's the colour? 1048. And I think, yes, this is 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 16 count Ada, and I've just put a bit more in. So I do need to pull this out and try and get this one finished, because I would like it to be framed in the same frame as her studio portrait and for them to go together. Keeping a close eye on Percy and Simon this week with it being so hot, because they've got big thick coats on. We managed to find, well, I managed to find these, I suppose you could make them at home. They were from Pets at Home, and they're tuna ice pops, and they seem to quite like them. Now, I also pulled out my 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞. Yes, you'll be surprised, Emily. Emily's my sister. She's stitching from Gnome Cottage on Instagram, and I've done a couple of episodes with her now, if you look back on my playlist, my video playlist, and I'm hoping to get her back on in September, so we can show you our Christmas in July stitching, and also she can show you her progress on Pandemic. So I'm keeping this in this brilliant, amazing vintage stitching bag that she got me for a Christmas gift when we started 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞. Sorry, zipper noise. So I am doing the village of 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞. I'm still in the first block, but as they always say, and as you always say, if you don't stitch on it, it's never going to get done. So I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count Platinum's Ada from 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐷𝐿, but it is very tight, and I even think it might be a 20 count. So I've got before photos, so I'll pop it in here. And this is where I'm up to, and I've learned a very big lesson with this piece. Never to keep your needle minder on. Oh, Percy's come, I'll just grab him. Oh, this is Percy. He's a struggle. He's a big boy, aren't you? Big boy. So I'll put him down because he's struggling. Pull him. So yeah, so you got to see them both. So yes, I'll put a little bit more in on this. I filled this up and I went down. But as I said, this is a very big learning curve. Don't keep your needle minders on your fabric, because that might happen. But when I get this framed, which to be honest with you isn't going to be anytime soon, I'll either get the frame or the mat to cover that. So yes, some progress, a few more stitches, but maybe I should have this one as my thread a day project. Yeah. Okay, not saying I'm not going to plan, but let's put a thread a day in that project between now and when I see you next, and let's see what progress I can get, because I would at least like the first block finished by the end of the year. Right, so the next one I've got to show you, you haven't seen either. And I'm keeping this in this amazing bag from Yasmin's Made with Love. She put up some bags made with some cross stitch that she'd done, and I just loved this cottage, so I had to snag it. So in here I am keeping my cat garden project, and I'm not even going to attempt the designer on Etsy. But a lot of you have probably seen their designs before, because they have the ghost ones in the garden, but this is all cats. And I just loved it. I'm going to just stop this and open another curtain because the lighting is rubbish. So hold. Sorry for so many stops in this. I'm back. I hope that lighting is a little bit better. I've opened the curtain. We tend to keep the curtains closed during the day when it's going to be really hot. But I just felt like it was a little bit dark and you couldn't see much. That's better. So this is Cat Garden by that shop on Etsy. So I am stitching this with all the cord for DMC, and it is on a piece of Picture This Plus 16 count Mirage, and that's where I am so far. I must just say that here in the UK, I found this website called Print Pond, and I knew that this was going to be much more of a long-term project. So I decided to have them print the chart. I haven't got a printer at home. I normally print at the library. But I printed this via the website, and I got them to put these vinyl plastic covers on and this ring binder. And it was really cheap, and I ordered it one afternoon and it came the next morning. It was super quick. So I'll put a link to their website below. So if you're buying any like PDFs and you like a paper pattern like me, old school, I highly recommend Print Pond. So I started up in this left corner. So I've got that cat, this kitty, and this kitty's tail done. I'll show you. There we go. So I haven't cut my fabric down, so I say it's half a yard, so it's like a blanket of fabric. So there we go. Blanket of fabric. So I thought that was really cute. And it's just one of those pieces that you could perhaps pick up, do a cat or a flower. So, and I really love this fabric as well. I'm not a huge Picture This Plus fan, but that is a great Halloween colour. So that's another cat stitching themed project. So the other one that I've worked on is a stitch along that I'm doing with my lovely friend Charlie Feathers. Charlie's got a Flosstube as well. I'll link her below. Her last episode was so inspiring. It was a lovely watch. She was outside in a wood, and it's just inspired me to get a microphone, clip-on microphone, and do some filming maybe outside, not in the heat we've had recently. But yeah, I'll perhaps think about that. So this is the one we are stitching. It's an RTO kit and it's called Wish Tree. And Charlie messaged me with this image. We got it from Amazon and there was only 2 kits left, and we snagged both of them. So I've started up here. Charlie has started where he should have started, in the middle on her dress. So I've just done a bit more of this, and it's on this beautiful printed Ada. So last time I had this feather, so I've put in that little, I don't know what it is, snowflake, not sure. So there is the cross for the middle where Charlie has started. So I've started with the feathers. Percy's now in his bed just there. He's got like a raised bed and he's watching. So I've also got you as an audience and Percy Cat as an audience. They are going to, in 3 days, they're going to be 11 months old. I can't believe it. So I'm planning their first birthday treats already. So I'm really enjoying stitching on that one, and it's lovely to know that your stitchy friend is stitching on it as well. So I'm intending to put the rest of these feathers in and move over and put the moon in, and then drop down and put these in and then move over to the lady. But it is just lovely. Right, what shall I show you next? Shall I show you my Jolly July, Christmas in July stitching? Okay. So, I've got 2 in here, and I just had it in a plastic wallet, but you know me and my project bags. So, of course, I had to get Yasmin's Jolly July bag. And it's beautiful. With the little mitten charm. I'll link her shop below, her website. It's beautiful poinsettia fabric. And in here there's 2 projects. And the first one that I started is another RTO kit that I am stitching along with my sister, Emily, stitching from Gnome Cottage on Instagram. Also my lovely friend Karen, and somebody else is stitching it. Apologies, Weedy Flower Creations. They said they were going to stitch it as well. So it's this RTO kit in the Kingdom of Fairy Tales. So I'm stitching on the lady, which I believe Karen and I are stitching, and then my sister is stitching this one. But it's all the little details, like the robin and kittens in her pocket. Beautiful. I think that might have been hubby just come back. I sensed him looking through the kitchen window. We'll see if it comes back. So I've started my usual upper left. I haven't got a great deal on this done, but I've managed to go over to the other side. Of course, my usual not counting, I've done it a little bit close, but there'll be enough for my framer. It's not quite as wide as what I thought, but I've got over to the other side. Let's go. I've got started, yeah, here, and I've got over to the other side. But isn't that kit just stunning? It's one of those ones where you look at it and you see something different every time. I think he's gone again. He's probably gone back to the coffee shop for a second cuppa. And also in here, I'll put this back first, is another Christmas in July start. And do you know what? I got this and I just thought, I was going to start this. And it is a Joan Elliott, and it is the Christmas Eve sampler. And I just love this. And I don't think I've ever done a, well, it's not totally a what do you call it, monochromatic? Yeah, that's what you say, piece before, because there is the Petite Treasure braid, which is the gold, and then there is one bit of red, which is Rudolph's nose, but it is mostly DMC 310. But I just love every part of that. So I'm stitching this on a piece of Pole Stitches Designs 14 count Ada in the colourway Daybreak, and you watch and wait for this fabric. So I got this as a kit. I've had it a while and I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to start it in July. So there is my start. So I decided to start at the usual top left, Santa, and I love it. That's better. So this fabric is just crazy, but I think it's going to work really well with that just black sampler. It's a huge piece as well. Yeah, I really enjoying that. It's like, I think, does anybody agree when you get a project and you're really enjoying it and there isn't a lot of colour changing and you really get into like the zone? And that's sort of what I did, because that is just one evening of stitching. And I'm finding the Petite Treasure braid okay to stitch with. My sister gave me some Stitching Heaven, which is helping, and I'm cutting shorter lengths, and it is much easier to stitch with than Kreinik. So yeah, so that is Christmas Eve sampler. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else stitch this one. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if you're stitching this, let me know. Lovely. I love every part, like the Christmas tree and the house in the woods. It's going to be a lot of black in the sky and the trees. So it's not going to be finished for this Christmas, that's for sure. But yeah, I do love it. So they're my two Jolly July new starts. And then I was going to show you my two Christmas whips that I've pulled out that I would like to put some stitches in. So the first one that I showed you, this is a Yasmin's Made with Love again, and it is the Light of the Christmas Star. And I saw that Sally from Stitchy Sally was stitching on this, and I had to go straight away and purchase it. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿 18 count, I think it's called Petit Point, and I haven't got too much more to stitch. But for some reason I've gone wrong at the bottom and I can't work it out. So it went in the naughty corner and it hasn't come back out. So I think it's like her hands. Or maybe I haven't gone wrong. I just need to pull it out and pull on my big gold panties and get this done, and frog if I need to. Because I do really like that. I love the colouring and shading in her face and the wings. I use threads from Stash, so I do know that that is classic Colourworks crest goldenrod, that's it. So I do want to finish that for this Christmas, which I think is achievable. Percy is now fast asleep. And then the other Christmas in July, that is in another Pauline patchwork paw print bag. It is, where are you? It is Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. And I think that is beautiful. And I'm using all the cord for Gentle Arts sampler threads. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 𝐥𝐤𝐤 Designs Baby Sheep. And I think it's a 16 count, and that is all I've got done. Which is a pitiful amount because it is a beautiful project. This is a beautiful colour Ada. It's a little bit more crunchy, but I don't mind that. And the thread colours are stunning. So, yeah, I mean, I've started up there. I at least want to get the box done. That is very, very cute. Now that I am going to put my name at the bottom and the year there. I might have to reword that at the bottom because I wouldn't be able to get my full name in. So that's my Christmas in July 2 new starts and my 2 whips that I want to put some stitches in. What else have I got to show you? This is going to be a mammoth session. So I've got my next whip in this amazing bag by Rachel. I cannot not resist her updates in her Etsy shop, which I always link below. So this fabric is called Afternoon Tea. And look at it, stunning. And in here is a chart that I showed you last time, and it is Sweet Wing Studio Bloom Where You're Planted. And the colours are just lovely. So I got this from and kitted up from Beach Cottage Stitchers, and I've just got a little star on it, and I'm using all of the cord for threads. And just grab them. They're not on a ring or anything, they're in a mess as usual in my project packs. So it's mostly, there's some classic Colourworks, there's 1 weeks. There they are. The one that I particularly like is, where is it? Goldfish. I think that's the wrong name for it. I think goldfish are a bit more orange. And that one, persimmon. Beautiful. So yeah, so I've just made a small start on this. This is just on a 16 count white Ada. So it's not going to be very big. Bloom where you're planted. I'm also, either the end of this month or possibly next month, I am going to start the citrus summer from 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐞, and I've got the curved tile 14 count Ada from Fabric Flair, because that's what it calls for. So I'm going to stitch that because that looked really great in my little corner with my next to my Jellycat lemon, and I like how they finished that as well. So the last bit of stitching I've got to show you, and then I've got some haul. So I'll just show you this and then I'll stop and gather the haul. So this is my Joan Elliott geisha called 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞, and I am now storing it in this amazing bag. Look at that. Pauline, who is on Instagram, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞, I'll link below, and I've clicked on her notification so I know when she does some posts. It's my hubby. Hang on. I'm back. Hubby came home and sent him upstairs so I can finish this. Anyway, I was talking about this amazing bag that is made by Pauline, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞, who I'll link below. She has an Instagram page, and if you click on the notifications, you'll be able to see when she lists her bags for sale. And of course, as I'm stitching a geisha, I had to get this bag, didn't I? It's stunning. And Pauline is so generous. She also sent this bag for you guys. So it's the same geisha material, but then on the back is floral. So Pauline sent both of these, and she said I could pick which one I liked or wanted, or I could keep them both, or I could give one to you. But so I thought I would give one to you, and inside it's got this teal polka dot, and it's just beautifully made. So if you would like to be in with a chance of winning this amazing bag, I will ship anywhere. I will say if you win and you live overseas and not in the UK, I will send it mail economy, so it will get there a little bit. It'll take a little bit longer to get to you, just so the post charges are horrendous. So so yeah, I'm willing to post it overseas, but it will be at the mail economy rate. So if you'd like to win this amazing bag, and I highly recommend Pauline's bags, please be a subscriber of the channel. I'd really appreciate that, and like this video, and leave me a comment below with including the word, shall I say, should have thought about this, shouldn't I, before? Now, I can never spell the word geisha. I'm hopeless with spelling. So let's go with Japan. Because I'm hoping to go there. It's on my bucket list. So if you want this floral geisha bag by Pauline, just include the word Japan in your comment. So inside my geisha bag, I am stitching get the front cover, the Blue Geisha by 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞. And this is a kit that I got from Flosstubers Designs website, who I will link below. And I have started this time in the middle. So that is page 2 ahead. Page 1, page 2, page 3. So the fabric I'm stitching this on is from Flosstubers, and it is 14 count Aida in the colourway Moonlight. And this is another amazing hand-dyed fabric. So I've done a little bit more on this. So I have done a little bit more of the blossom at the top, and I've done some more of the kimono, the green, and I've come down to work on the sash. God, words are difficult again today. So yeah, I'm loving how this is turning out. I've got to put some beads in her hair as well. The 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐞's in there, but I just got to put the beads in. And I'll give you a look on this favourite amazing fabric. Beautiful. And if you just wanted the fabric, I'm not sure if they've got this particular one, but if you go on the Flosstubers website, you can just buy hand-dyed fabric. So I did say on my last episode that by the end of the year I wanted pages 1, 2 and 3 finished, which I think is achievable. I just need to put some more of the blossom in at the top, which is a little bit fiddly because it's quite a lot of colour changing. I do enjoy stitching on this, and now it's got the extra special bag. I'll be really happy to pull it out. And I'm keeping all of my threads, which are all DMC, on these amazing floss drops from Charlie Feathers again. She has a coffee shop, or coffee, however you pronounce it. She sells floss drops, needle minders, ring bling, and these are just beautiful. So I'll put a link to her shop below as well. So that is my Blue Geisha 𝐥𝐤𝐤, as I'm calling her, from 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤 in my amazing bag from Pauline. So don't forget to enter the giveaway to win this one, including the word Japan in your comment. So now we're going to move on. This is a long video, I told you. To some Stitchy Kindness haul and some more cross stitch crockery. So I will start with some Stitchy Kindness. I did a Flosstube extra a couple of videos ago for the Bucilla frame kits, and I have had a lovely viewer who I've chatted to before. She said it was okay to show this, but she doesn't want her name mentioned, which is fair enough. She contacted me and said that she found this certain kit on eBay and would I like it, and I was absolutely thrilled. Now, most of these frame kits are you bid on them and you can get them from America, but the postage is often more than the kit. Sometimes I've picked them up here in the UK, and I have got another one to show you. But this one came in the post, and it is Holiday Hutch Christmas Cats, Bucilla Gallery of Stitches from 1995. Let's grab my coffee. Apologies. Look at that one. I love it. I absolutely love this community. You're so giving. I was thrilled when this came in the post. And I have thanked her, and you know who you are. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love that one. I love the variegation on the ribbon. So, I'm not really supposed to have any more Christmas in July new starts, am I? Or can I? Well, it's my stitching. So as these are like little individual ones, I could start that one, couldn't I? And it comes as a kit with the Ada and threads, and then you just paint the frame. I love these. So thank you so much. You know who you are. I really, really appreciate your kindness. So I got that one through the post as Stitchy Kindness, and I managed to get this one here in the UK on eBay for peanuts. So I got this one, the cat themed, and this one is Too Many Cats. And it says one can never have too many cats. I agree with that. I think that, excuse me, I think that might be a Percy and Simon ragdoll. I might change it to the greys that they've got. I don't know. Cute. I like that one as well. We've actually got a little bird. I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned we've got a little bird. He's my husband's little bird called Fred. He's a zebra finch. I'll put in a photo here of, or a picture of what a zebra finch looks like. But he's got his own massive, huge cage, and he's got a beautiful song in the morning. Obviously, he's not anywhere near Percy and Simon. So this is a kit again. I just love these. So yeah, I managed to get the other cat one. Another thing that I picked up, which is cat related again, obsessed, is this Letty stitch, and it's a Summer Kitties kit of 6 pieces, and it's a, look at that. I love that. They're cute, fun, and they could be, you get the plastic, Ada plastic, and all those threads. And so I could make these as the hanging ornaments along with my summer cats. So it could be a summer cat themed little tree. I love all of those. I don't know which one I'd start first. I think maybe the cat lollipop. Fun. So I picked that up, been eyeing that for a while. Another cat one. Oh goodness me, I hope you haven't switched off because all these cat themed ones. But this is another Letty stitch. I managed to get this at a good price. I've been looking at this for ages. This won't be a start this year. This will probably be for next year. And this is on 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤 16 count, and skill level 3 out of 5, 35 colours, and it's When the Cat Sleeps. Look at that. So this is a full coverage piece. I'm a glutton for punishment, aren't I? So yeah, I won't be starting this anytime soon, so this might, well, it will be a start next year. And it comes, it's got this beige 16 count 8 of the lovely colours, needles and a needle threader. I just love that. All the little mice running away with the cheese while the cat sleeps. And then I picked this one up. I had it on my eBay watch list for ages, and I put an offer in and it was accepted, and it's this anchor kit, and I've never seen these before. It's the 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿 range collection designed by Carol Fenwick, and it's called, I don't know what it's called. Oh, House on the Hill. A very simple design. It's got 14 count black Ada, anchor threads. I just love that. Very cute. And then there is another design. What's that one called? Vibrant Floral. You can get this on eBay quite easily, but oh, I've got cat hair on my eye. But just shop around, because there is this kit on there is quite a variety of prices. So I managed to get this one for under £10 for a full kit, which is amazing. Now, since I last saw you, very sadly, my father-in-law passed away, and we were back in the West Midlands for his funeral last week. And on the way home from there, we did stay over a couple of nights. I did manage to sneak in a visit to Betty's Stitch Kit. And I didn't go with any particular thing in mind to purchase. I just went to have a look. It's a very small shop. I'll put a link to their website below. But I did pick up some things. Some charts that I'd never seen before, and they are vintage ones, so she did a good deal on them. And so this one is from, and they're cats as well, Calico Crossroads, and this is from, I'm trying to see a year. I did find it, but it's old, I know that. No, there isn't one on here, but it's this one. File This. And I thought that was, I like that. I showed it to my hubby and he said, yes, I like that one. So I'm not sure if I do this squiggly outside border. Yeah, I can see that above my desk. And then I also saw this one in here. I'm going to completely butcher this name, so I'm just going to show you it. And this is, I don't think it's got a name. Oh, Kitty Play. This is really old. There isn't a date on it, but you can just tell. It's really old. That is a photo. I've never seen that one before, and I just wanted to pick up charts that I knew I hadn't seen before and couldn't get anywhere else. So I got the 2 kitty ones, and she did me a really good deal on them. And I did pick up this Bent Creek Walking in a Winter Snapperland, the ice rink one, because I thought that'd be a really quick stitch and it'd be a little pillow to go up there in the winter. And then I picked up these. I mean, I have seen these before, but I just really like them as companion pieces. So they are from Textile Heritage and is Butterflies and Buddleia Needle Case and Scissor Keep. And I think they're lovely. That one is a cabbage white, I believe, and that one, is it a monarch or a tortoiseshell? I can't remember, but I really like those. So when they will be stitched, I don't know. They might be really good to take on the plane over to the States. So flying stitching. 2 more things and I promise we're done. So I said about that I was stitching the Float and Sting Like a Bee with Donna Ray and Amy, and that we had planned another stitch along. So I've started kitting it up, and I'm keeping it in this amazing autumn bag from Laurie Holt and charm, sunflower charm. I got this from So Hot, SEW Hot, and we are going to stitch this amazing chart from the Harvest Friendship book by 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞, and it's that one, because there's the 3 of us. And I think it is all stitched with DMC. And I don't know what the stitch count is. Yeah, stitch count 220 by 220, so it's a perfect square. But that is lovely. I mean, all this is blocks of colour. So I say, oh, it shouldn't take too long to stitch. Yeah, so we're gonna be starting that when I visit the States. We're flying on the 30th of October, and so I'll be over in America for Halloween. I can't wait. And also the US elections. So if you want to join us, you are more than welcome. So as I say, I'm kitting up at the moment. I haven't got my fabric, and I'm just getting my threads together and keeping it all here. So the last thing to show you is my cross stitch crockery. So in my last episode I showed you the cup and saucer and plate and little cake stand, which is from Royal Winton Queen Anne. And then I was in a charity shop and I saw this little bowl, and this is Royal Albert. I don't know what the pattern is called, and it is cross stitch again, but it's very, very faint cross stitch. And it's just a little bowl, and it was very, very inexpensive. So that seems to have started a new obsession of finding cross-stitch crockery. So if you've got any of this, or you know what it's called, just let me know. I perhaps can do some research. I really like the shape around the edge. It's like really irregular. It looks like it's smashed there, but it isn't. So yeah, so now I'm on the hunt out looking for cross-stitch crockery. I think I like that the best still. Somebody has charted this on Etsy, this design. So yeah. So that's all I've got to show you today. Thank goodness, you say, because it's going to go on and on and on. So don't forget, Heather, if you could send me your address in the description box below, and don't forget to enter for the amazing 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐞 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤 bag with the word Japan in your comment. So until next time, and if you've stayed with me through till the end of this, thank you so much. And if you haven't already, I'd really love it if you would subscribe to the channel. So until next time, stay happy, healthy, and happy stitching.